guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I created this look doing a, I don't know, like a shop my stash type of get ready with me video. So if you guys are interested to see my stash for one and what products I use to come up with this look, keep on watching. Okay, so for my foundation I decided I'm going to mix together the New Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation, and I'm going to mix that in with the NARS Radiant Longwear foundation. The Dose of Color foundation can be a little bit drying, so the NARS will liven it up a little bit because it's more radiant. Okay, so this is like my new little area over here that I kind of threw together earlier just because I got rid of the stand that was housing all of my stuff. I apologize for like the cords and whatnot on the floor. With those foundations, I'm going to pick out a setting powder. Which one do I want? I've gotten so stuck on using the Fenty Beauty powder. They're in the shade Butter. This one is just amazing. It does a really good job smoothing your foundation. You know what? Let's use Cover FX because I just recently got this during the 21 Days of Beauty from Ulta. So I really haven't formed a full opinion on it yet. We're going to go ahead and use this one. Okay, so we did not pick out a primer or a concealer yet. So for primer, we're dealing with, let's see, a mattifying and a glowy foundation. So, yes, I want this one, not that one. Nope. Yes. This is the Super Light Primer from Smashbox. It's actually really great, just in general, but if you have oily skin, this is a really good one. And then for concealer, I know exactly what I want to use because I haven't tried it yet. I just gotta find it. There it is. I picked this up at the recommendation of just about everybody. It's the new CoverGirl True Blend Concealer. And no lie, it looks, if you compare it to the Shape Tape, like the packaging and whatnot, like it's the exact same. Just different. Just looks different. But same size. I'm pretty sure the doe foot is like the exact same. It's pretty wild. So we're going to give this one a try today. I got mine in the shade L200. Okay, so moving down here to like my bronzer area and my face palettes, I just recently got, where'd it go? It's hard to look through here like when you're looking through your phone or a camera. I just recently got, there it is, the Bronzing Act from Pure. This one is really nice. I love the way it smells and it just looks beautiful. So we're going to pull this one. Then we're going to shift over here and look at the blush selection. What do I want to use? I just recently grabbed some of the, this was like a part of the holiday collection from Tarte. It comes with 3 different like highlighter blush. I think one comes with a bronzer, but it came with 3 of them. I'm going to take this one here. Which one is that? Sleigh Bells. That's what this shade here is. So let's do that one. And then we're going to move up to my highlighters. I picked one up a couple months ago from Coty Airspun. It's a loose face highlighter. It is so glittery. I don't know if I'll be wearing that out and about. It's just a little too glittery for my liking. What do I want to use? I might just go in with this Becca highlighter. This is like a classic. I think this one's in Moonstone. I like this because it's not at all glittery. It's just really shimmery and pretty when you get it on the skin. It just gives that like lit from within type of glow, and sometimes that's really all you need. Let's shift down here. And guys, don't mind the wall behind this. I used to have a desk here and my feet would constantly touch the wall, as you can tell, like all the scuff marks and whatnot. Yeah, it's beautiful. So this is all my like mascaras and brow products back here. I have been totally loving the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. I actually bought this at the recommendation of Paulina from Paulina Beauty. I had commented on one of her videos and asked her, oh my gosh, what mascara are using because your lashes look crazy, like beautiful. And she mentioned this and one other one. So I picked this one up, and I've heard a lot of other people mention this one too, and it is amazing. This is such a good mascara, and it's drugstore, so that, it's cheaper. And yeah, I love it. So we're going to use that one. We're going to grab my little lash curler. And then for the eyebrows, I've been using several different things, actually. I picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills like brow pencil, like the sharpenable one. This is pretty good. I've also been using the Morphe brow pencil, which I've really been liking, so I'm going to pull this out. I ended up getting the Gimme Brow in the shade 4.5, if I can find it, because 3 is a little light for me, and that's the one I've always used. So let's pull 4.5. And I bought that because it came in like a 2-pack for the price of 1, so I thought that was pretty crazy. And I'm also going to pull, let's see. Let's pull this one too. This is the Precisely My Brow from Benefit in the shade 4. Okay, so now we need to pick out a palette. I pulled all my ColourPop palettes up here and my Obsessions palettes from Huda Beauty, just because these are some of my favorites, like favorite color palettes anyway. Some of these palettes I haven't used in forever. Like this Good Sport palette from ColourPop. Man, I loved this when it first came out, and I haven't used it in a long time. Yep, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this in. Let's use the Good Sport palette. Alright, so again, I did pick out the Dose of Colors foundation. I got mine in the shade 105 Fair, and this one is a little bit too light for me, so I am mixing in the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Mont Blanc. And we're going to prime really quickly with the Smashbox Super Light Primer. This one's really great. As I said before, if you have oily skin, it's not too heavy. It doesn't give you that really like heavy silicone feel. I hate those primers. We need a headband. Let's grab a headband first. I know it makes me look like I'm about 12, but I need to get this hair out of my face or I'm going to be messing with it the whole video, and that's irritating. I'm just going to go ahead and prime with this Smashbox Super Light Primer. I really do like this one. I'm kind of wishing I would have grabbed the full size and not the travel sized, because I've used quite a bit of it. So just recently I was diagnosed with having like severe acid reflux disease, or possibly like a stomach ulcer or an ulcer in my esophagus. And if you're not someone that's ever dealt with issues surrounding those kinds of medical problems before, it is a pain in the ass when it comes to eating, just in general, eating anything. Like, you really take for granted certain things when you don't have to worry about how it affects your health. Like, not that eating bad is a good idea, but I mean, just certain things that you eat. There's so much right now that I cannot eat, unless I want to be absolutely miserable. And it's just something I've never thought about before. It sucks. So I've completely had to cut out coffee. Coffee is something I love. I was literally drinking coffee all day long, which might be one of the reasons why it was so aggravated. But I've completely cut it out. I don't drink coffee at all anymore. And if I do, it's like 1 cup, and not even every day. So that was really, really hard to get used to. I've had to completely cut out soda, which I really did enjoy Pepsi. I have been drinking Pepsi since I was a kid, and I haven't had a Pepsi in probably close to a week. So, I mean, those are just 2 minor things that I've cut out. I've been eating a lot more fruits and vegetables. I can't eat like a bunch of fried foods or really heavy dairy. Like, it affects everything you eat. I also had to get a heart monitor because I had some other issues happening right around the same time as I was diagnosed with this. And I don't know if they're interrelated or if one caused the other. I have no idea. I'm still waiting for test results. I also had to do like a stress test on a treadmill. Not a good time. So it's been a really fun month and a half, or however long it's been. Okay, I'm hoping the mixture of these two foundations is not awful. We're gonna find out. I'm trying to get out of the habit of using the same exact products all the time because, you know, while it's nice to have favorites, it's also nice to switch things up. So instead of using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics number 3 brush. This is from like their Marble Luxe set. This is a really nice foundation brush. Matter of fact, a lot of the brushes from that set are really nice. And BH Cosmetics is very affordable. If you're looking for, you know, affordable makeup or affordable brushes, give them a try. Check them out. See what you think. So I'll be excited when I can get like a vanity that I can put all this makeup in, because I've never really had like a really nice vanity. I've been keeping all of my stuff in like a stand, like a rolling stand, for the past year, and my collection has just outgrown the stand. It broke it because, you know, I had 100 palettes in there and it was too heavy, which I know is crazy, but you know, that's where I'm at with my collection right now. Out of control. So I'm just gonna buff this all over. I'm hoping that this meshes well. They do still sell this set of brushes. It's just, this brush is really nice. It's really dense up top, so it just helps to, I don't know, to buff the foundation in, and it doesn't get streaky, and it doesn't get soaked up into the tip of the brush, you know what I mean? It's pretty effortless, actually. This actually doesn't look bad. I'm kind of liking the way this is turning out. So if you're somebody that watches my videos on a regular basis, which I know I don't have that many people that watch regularly, but if you are somebody that does, I want to know what kind of videos you guys are interested in seeing from me. Like, what are your favorite types of videos that I make? And if there's something that you're like, man, I really wish you'd make this type of video, let me know. Because, as I mentioned in my the video where I talked about why I started YouTube and why I love makeup and all that jazz, I did mention that video ideas are probably the hardest thing about making videos. It's just tough to come up with an idea that, you know, you think people will actually want to watch. So let me know, and I will highly consider it. Let me know what you want to see. I'm totally excited to try this CoverGirl concealer. I'm pretty critical when it comes to concealers, just because I do have a lot of darkness underneath my eyes, and I don't know, I have really dry under eyes, so it takes a pretty special concealer to make me happy under there. I've heard so much hype about this concealer. Let's see if it lives up to it. And I'm gonna take it easy to begin with, just because I don't know what the coverage is gonna be like. That seems pretty thick though. I'm just gonna kind of stipple that in underneath my eye. That's not half bad. I'm kind of liking that so far. Let's try the other side. I feel like I need to blend that in a little bit. Wow, this concealer has really nice coverage. If you guys can see where it covered up that purple. It is a little bit drying underneath my eyes though. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this CoverGirl concealer over top of my eyelids and blend that out just to give myself a base for this eyeshadow. Okay, so now I'm going to dip into that Cover FX setting powder. Just set this foundation. I'm going to use this e.l.f. 103 brush. I love this brush for setting powders on the face. It's got that like angled brush head and it's very dense. I just kind of dab it in there and then you can just press it on your face. I don't drag it around until I know I've got enough product actually sitting on my face first, because I don't want to move the foundation around. For my bronzer, I've also been using the BH Cosmetics 2 brush. This is another brush in their Marble Luxe line. I just think this does a really great job. I like the way the head on this brush is shaped for getting like right around the perimeters of your face and getting right up in here on your cheekbones. So that's what I'm going to use for this Pure Bronzing Act matte bronzer in light. This is such a good bronzer. I've heard so many people talk about it. Raw Beauty Christie is the one that kind of influenced me to buy this. I waited a long time before I finally picked it up though. This bronzer's been out for quite some time now and I just got it, I don't know, a few weeks ago. So I just took it on that brush and I'm going to sweep it on my cheekbones here. But it's just not too warm, not too cool. It's just right. I love that it smells like chocolate or vanilla or whatever it smells like. It smells like candy and it smells delicious. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to dip into is this little Tarte collection here. This was from their holiday collection for this year. And it came with like a 3-pack of these. And there's 3 in each. So it's 9 total. This one has 2 blushes and a highlight. And they're actually really beautiful. So I'm going to go into this middle shade right here. This one is called Sleigh Bells. It's really pretty though. That bottom shade, oh my. The bottom shade has like a little bit of a NARS orgasm type of feel to it. That is so pretty. I did grab the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and throw on the cheeks. It's just such a beautiful glow. Okay, what now? Now I have to do the eyebrows, which is not my favorite thing to do. So I'm going to run a little bit of the Gimme Brow from Benefit through my eyebrows. This is in the shade 4.5. Then I'm going to fill in the sparse areas with the Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4. So once I get the eyebrows done, I'll be right back and then we will move on to the eyes. Okay, so now that we have the eyebrows on, we're going to go ahead and play with the Good Sport palette from ColourPop. This was their fall release from last year. I'm going to do something relatively simple just because I'm kind of running out of time. It's getting late. And I just want to get something on the eyes and wrap up this video. I think what I want to do is play around with the darker shades. If you hear me trying to keep it quiet, it's because the day has gone on and my kids are in bed. So I want to play with like the green down here, maybe this darker, I don't even know what color this is, like a dark gray, brown. I don't know, we'll see where this takes me. I'm going to start off with the fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M573. And I'm dipping into the shade Trooper. Trooper is this really beautiful mustard yellow shade on the end here. Kind of curious, what are your all's favorite like fall makeup looks? Do you guys dig like the vampy lip and the smoky eyes and all that? Like, is that what you like for fall? Or do you guys not do like traditional or typical, you know, seasonal makeup type of looks? I just wear what I want to wear. I do like being able to do the more like grungier colors and not worry so much about the bright colors, because bright colors, while it's fun to play with, it's just not really my comfort zone. But I don't know, I'm kind of curious to hear if you guys switch up your makeup looks to go with the seasons. It is a bright orange. It's going to be a risky move dipping into this gray or green or gray green or whatever it is down here, but I want to give it a try. Yeah, that looks black. Oh boy. Yeah, we got a really interesting color layout going on because I really want to use this beautiful shimmery green. So that's what I'm going to do. It's just such a pretty green eyeshadow. And I'm a sucker for green eyeshadow. Can't help it. Now I'm going to build back up that darker, whatever that is, purple. This is really interesting. Okay, now we're going to move on to the eyelashes. So my kids are finally at the age where only one of them wants to go trick-or-treating now, and it makes me really sad. Like, really sad. Because that means they're not babies anymore. And now I want to cry. So my recommendation is if you do happen to pick up this mascara, just give it a wipe, like on a piece of tissue or something before you go to put it on, because it does clump up just a little bit if you're not careful. You can just see what that does for my lashes. Made them a whole lot fuller. We need to put a lip on, and we need to wrap this up. I forgot to pick out a lip. Alright guys, so this is the look that I ended up with after getting my lips done. I used a matte liquid lipstick from the brand Jolie Cosmetics. It's something I received, I think, in an Ipsy bag. It's the first time I've ever used it, and I wanted to go for that, you know, that fall vampy vibe, so that's why I went with the really dark lipstick. And I felt like it kind of matched, you know, the eye look. I really do like the way it turned out. I feel like the majority of the products that I played with today played very nicely together. The combination of the Dose of Colors and the NARS foundation wasn't my favorite. It was a little bit drying, which was a little shocking to me, just considering the NARS foundation is a radiant foundation. But I just didn't really like the combo too much. Other than that, the concealer, the CoverGirl concealer, I feel like went on very full coverage. I really enjoyed everything I played with today, so I'm glad that I had the chance to sit down and kind of unwind a little bit and come up with this really fun fall vibes type of look. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It helps my channel out tremendously, and I do appreciate it. If you guys have any suggestions for me for future videos, be sure to leave that down below. I do read all my comments. I do respond to all my comments, and I'm always looking for some fresh and new video ideas, so I can't wait to hear from you guys. If you guys do like my content, I hope you consider subscribing while you're here. If you do that, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're notified every time I drop an upload, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.